Hello everyone and welcome to the latest edition of the NEC On The Run podcast. Alongside Ralph Ventre, I'm Kyle Turner, and today we're talking women's basketball. Ralph, give me a quick update on where they stand.
Well, where they stand in terms of the top spot in the conference, that hasn't changed yet. Bryant, 10-0, all alone. It wasn't easy for them this past weekend, but they did sweep the swing through Connecticut. They now have a 2-game cushion on second place Sacred Heart with a head-to-head victory over the Pioneers. Then you see Sacred Heart with a 2-game cushion over the third place occupants. Tie for third place, a tie for fifth place. Things get pretty tight there in the middle of the standings. Well, the bottom line is, Kyle, or the top line, I should say, is Bryant is leading the pack, a 2-game lead, still perfect in conference play. If they do want to become the 5th team to go 18-0 in the regular season, they still have a ways to get there. An 8-game schedule remains, plus a tough road trip this weekend. We'll talk about it a little later on the show.
All right, Ralph, well, we'll see if Bryant can keep it rolling, but let's shift gears. It's time to take a Twitter timeout. You only get one. What do you got for me?
I'll take the 30. Let's extend that to a full. And let's take a look at this tweet from the NCAA women's basketball account, the official account, NCAA WBB, and they are telling you that Wagner's Jasmine Toliver is the new leading scorer in the nation. She had a 52-point game this past weekend, put up 74 points total in 2 games, boosted her scoring average to 27.7 per outing, and that overtakes Kelsey Mitchell. That makes her the number 1 scorer in the NCAA. And folks watching at home, don't get me wrong, we love the tweets from the NCAA, but we also want to hear from you. We want your tweets. So you know what? Get those fingers typing on your mobile device, use the hashtag NECWBB, and you can see your tweet featured on the show next week, if you're so lucky.
All right, Ralph, well, congratulations to Jasmine Toliver for taking over the top spot. Now let's shift to your play of the week. What play did you like the most from the past week?
Well, I'm going to cheat a little bit here, Kyle. We're going to look at a late game sequence of plays. It was a crazy one up in Hackensack. Fairleigh Dickinson taking on St. Francis U. The Knights were looking to get back to 500 in NEC play. As you can see, they had a 1-point lead here until Katie Reese takes it to the basket, the left-handed scoop, and the Red Flash have a 1-point lead. But not so fast. We go back down to the other end. Kelsey Cruz looking to take it to the goal. She's an elite scorer. She has a 40-point game under her resume, but that's a player control foul by Kelsey Cruz. A good call. Fairleigh Dickinson now, they'll need a little magic to pull this one out as the Red Flash take possession and hold the 1-point lead. But Natalie Zamora with the steal of the inbounds pass, scramble on the floor. Brielle Ward for St. Francis U with the hustle, but unfortunately gets hit with the foul. It's an unfortunate foul, but it is a foul. She puts Erica Livermore on the line. Livermore, 10 for 10 at the line. She makes these 2. Fairleigh with the 1-point lead. And the clock runs out on St. Francis. A frantic finish up at Fairleigh Dickinson. The Knights take the victory. They're 5-5. And Erica Livermore, 26 points, 18 rebounds in that one. A phenomenal performance. And really, the difference in this one, Fairleigh Dickinson's free throw shooting, Livermore 10 for 10, and that's no aberration. She's 8th in the league, over 82% for the year. And then Kelsey Cruz on Fairleigh Dickinson, She's the NEC leader in free throw percentage. And 2 years ago, I'm not sure if you remember, she was the NCAA statistical champion in free throw percentage. So there you have it, a frantic finish at Fairleigh, and it was my favorite sequence of the week.
All right, Ralph, well, it was a frantic finish between FDU and St. Francis U, but shifting gears again, we got the NEC on TV. What's the game this week?
Well, let's just take a look ahead. We'll get to the featured game in a moment, but I want to start with Bryant, circling back to the Open. Bryant is going to make the swing through the Keystone State this week. This is a trip that has been known to gobble up the best of them. It'll be Bryant's longest trip of the year, mileage-wise, as they go to Robert Morris for a game on Saturday, and then St. Francis U for a Monday night affair. Two teams with winning NEC records, St. Francis and Robert Morris, both 6-4, tied for third place. Bryant will have to face both of them on the road, 2 games in 3 days. It's not an easy task. This will certainly test Bryant. If they're undefeated after this weekend, then that is really saying something. Now we keep it out in Pennsylvania for the featured game of the week, which will come on Monday night, ESPN3. It will be Robert Morris hosting Central Connecticut. We'll see Central Connecticut in our featured contest for the second week in a row. Their game last week at home, they led Bryant 48-41 after 3 quarters of play, but Bryant came back 24-5. They outscored the Blue Devils in the 4th quarter, and they won the NEC Game of the Week on the road. Now the Blue Devils will be featured again, but this time it'll be on the back end of the Keystone State trip out at NEC preseason favorite Robert Morris. So you're not going to want to miss that one. Live, ESPN3 and the Watch ESPN app, February 8th.
All right, fans, so there's the ESPN3 Game of the Week from Ralph Ventre. Also, don't forget, we have all the other games live on necfrontrow.com Saturday and Monday. You can see the schedule up right now.
Definitely some good ones up there, I'll tell you that, Kyle. I'll be focused on that Robert Morris Bryant on Saturday, but the good thing is I can watch all 5 with the control room feature.
You're right, Ralph. That's a great luxury of having Front Row. We hope you guys will enjoy it this weekend, and we'll see you next week.